What's up guys? I'm back. I'm in my car. That was cringy. I'm back filming. I'm in my car. I have passed my test. I'm not illegally driving, don't you worry. I'm literally pulled over so I could set this up. So I thought to get back into filming, I'd do a little drive for me. I've tried to film drive for me's before. I've probably got 10 videos on my phone of me doing drive for me's and they're all terrible. So what I thought was I was just kind of going to tell you guys about me taking my test and my driving experience and stuff and see what happens. I'm back. There's a car and it'll scare me a bit. Can we go? Why not? Oh God. Whenever, even though I've filmed a drive for me many times, I always feel like I'm a new driver again. I don't know why, but whenever I thank somebody, I always smile at them. I feel like it just makes them a bit happy, don't it? So, driving. So I turned 17 in May last year. However, I had loads of exams around my birthday. So I started driving around the end of July, August. I went with an instructor that a couple of the lads in my high school had gone with, and they'd all passed quite quickly. Like they'd passed within a couple of months. And I thought, they were quite good drivers, but I thought, let's see if I can go with him and if I can pass quite quickly. So I thought maybe if I go with them, I might pass a bit quicker. So that's what I did. I went with this guy. I'm not an amazing driver, I'll admit that, but I think I'm picking up quite quickly. And my instructor basically taught me everything within my first 5-10 lessons. Like my 4th lesson, I think I went on dual carriageways, which is quite scary, I won't lie. But I really enjoyed lessons. I really enjoyed driving my lessons. So then obviously it got to theory test. Theory tests, as all me and my friends say, are fairly easy if you've got common sense. My common sense is terrible, I will admit. I'm one of those people that come out with the most stupidest and randomest things you could ever think of. For my theory test, I practiced quite a lot until I booked it. After I'd booked it about a month in advance, I then decided I didn't need to revise anymore. You know, that was a clever decision, wasn't it? So I'd stopped revising. But I did pass my theory test first time. I'm driving around Surrey and I rarely drive around it and I'm just trying to remember where I'm going. So yeah, I did my theory and I passed it. I think I passed it, when did I take it? I took it around October, I want to say. Because my instructor told me to get it booked fairly early on. So then in late October, November, no I didn't. No, I think I did. Late October, November, I think my instructor started talking about taking my actual test, my driving test. So I was like, right. So he told me to take it around the end of December, start of January. So I booked it for the 2nd of January at 10:51, 2019. So, thank you, Mr. Kind Driver. In the meantime, I started looking for cars because I knew as soon as I passed my test, I wanted to have my own car and wanted to be able to get out driving. I didn't want there to be a break. There's been courses in my family for quite a while as first cars or relatively first cars. So when I was younger, I was like, I'm not having a course with my first car, no way, it ain't happening. I'm not following everyone else, I'm getting a different car. So I started looking at cars. I had a very specific criteria when it came to my car. First thing was it had to be a 5-door. It's not going to be a 3-door. I was thinking if I'm taking my mates out, I don't want people having to move in the front seats, and I was thinking I'm not moving. So then my passenger's going to have to get out to let people out, and I was thinking I can't be bothered with that. So I was like, okay, so I need a 5-door. Obviously it needed to be like around a 1.2, 1.4 litre engine, because obviously A, it's going to be expensive to insure, B, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fuel, and C, we just need something fairly easy for me to drive. Colour wise, I wanted something didn't want like, I don't know, like blue or, oh brilliant, are you just going to stop there? I didn't really want something like blue or green or anything like that. I wanted a fairly simple colour. So that's when I started looking what I wanted. So I went to a fair few car garages. The first car garage I went to, I saw a Corsa. And I was looking at it thinking, that's really nice. And it was the newer one, so it had a screen in it. But I kept looking at other cars. I looked at things like, I looked at Fiat 500s, I looked at Minis, looked at things like C1s, Peugeots, looked at all of that. And I kept going back to this one Corsa I'd seen. I think because it had been the first car I'd seen, I was a bit like, I better not get the very first car I'd seen. So I carried on looking. And one of my best mates is very into cars himself. And so when I said he passed ages before me, so once I said the fact I was starting to look for cars, he started looking for me. And he sent me a few, and I was like, no, I don't want it like that. I want this, this, and this. So once I'd seen this Corsa, I then decided the fact I wanted a screen in the car, which means it had to be a fairly new car. I then decided I was going to get that make Corsa. So it had to have a screen in it, had to be a 5-door, needed to be 1.2, 1.4, which they are. It then has a trim along the interior. For some reason, I'd seen a red trim, and I thought, then I decided I wanted the red trim in it, which made looking for a car with all my criteria a hell of a lot difficult, because I think the ones with the red trim are not fully limited edition, but they were slightly limited. So I was like, this is what I want. It took me quite a while, and then one day my friend sent me this one car, and it was at a garage in my town. And now I'd never really been around this garage, but I knew they had the cars they had were quite nice, but I remember them being a bit pricey. So I started looking at it, I was thinking, okay, that's quite nice. It was white, 5-door, red trim, screen, sorted. Thinking it's a bit over my price range, but I was thinking, okay. In the meantime, I'd find a couple of others at different garages, but there were garages I'd never been to or heard of. So I was me and my mum were a bit wary of it. We're a bit like, okay, I don't fully want to go for something that's, although the car my friend sent me was at a garage I hadn't heard anything about, I knew where it was. It was fairly like a reputable dealer. Whereas these garages I'd found, the ones I found, were again out of my price range, and they were garages that were like a bit in the middle of nowhere. Like one was off one of the dual carriageways near me, one was on a random industrial estate. So then when me and my friend were in town one day, we walked past this garage that had the Corsa he sent me. We went, why don't we just go have a little look? I was thinking, a bit dodgy, 2 kids just walking around the cars. But I was like, okay, we'll have a quick walk past, because it was right on the front. I walked past and I went, I really like it. I was like, I really want that Corsa. So then it came to me, obviously I showed my mum before, and I said, Mum, I've walked past the Corsa and it's really nice, I really like it, it's in a good condition. Because some of the Corsas I'd looked at different garages, some of them were scratched, some had really bad interior. I hate this roundabout. I'm going. And this Corsa I'd found wasn't badly damaged. It was in fairly decent nick still. Had a decent mileage, which was another thing I needed to look at. And so it came to me and my mum going down, and Mum was like, okay, it is one of the nicest cars you have seen. She was happy with all of it. She was happy with the mileage, the look of it. So we started speaking to the guys who were obviously there, asked them how much it was and stuff. It then came to obviously looking at how much the insurance would be. Driver's insurance is a hell of a lot of money, because obviously you're a new driver. It's a pain. I hate insurance. So we looked at insurance, and the insurance wasn't too bad, and it was fairly similar to other cars that I'd looked at. So me and my mum ended up going down one day, and I'm pretty sure we were going to do some food shopping. We needed to do some food shopping, and I said, oh Mum, the garage is only around the corner, let's go have a quick look so you can see it. So we ended up looking, and we ended up putting a deposit down, doing the deposit and everything. And I ended up getting the car then. But I didn't actually get the car. I had to wait over a week to pick up the car. I still was learning at this point, but I got my Corsa. I was buzzing. I was so happy. My little Corsa was mine. I was like, guys, I've got my for this car. The people at the dealership were lovely. The guy that, because obviously I was still a learner, I couldn't test drive the car myself. So one of the guys took me on a test drive, and the guy that took me on a test drive handled the sale, and he brought me a massive bouquet of bouquet. He brought me a massive arrangement of flowers because it was my first car, which was so lovely, and I was buzzing. It then obviously came to me having to actually take my test. So I'd had some lessons around Christmas, but because it was Christmas, obviously my lessons were a bit here and there. So took my test. I passed my test first time. Very proud of myself for doing it first time because of, like I say, I ain't the world's greatest driver. I'll be completely honest. But I passed it with 7 minors, I'm pretty sure. So then obviously insured my car so I could drive it full time. Have got to have a black box in my car because my insurance would be sky high if I didn't, which is a bit of a pain, but you know, sorry for the lighting. I can't really do much though when I'm driving, and this sun's a bit of a pain. I don't do anything. So that is passing my test and everything. So on my test I had to do, what was my manoeuvre? My manoeuvre was a parallel park. My parallel park was genuinely the worst parallel park I've ever done on any of my lessons or anything. It was terrible. I don't really know what happened. The issue with my parallel park on my test was there was a lot of people coming towards me. I was on this road. I'd never been around this estate before, and I was a bit wary because obviously I don't really like estates. Like, it was a bit of a dodgy estate that I'd never ever seen, never had to drive around it before. So I was thinking, right, here's a new experience for us. Let's see what happens. But yeah, my parallel park went crap. I think I probably got 4 minus from my parallel park. It was all that observation. It was the fact I didn't check my mirrors when I turned. It was all that sort of thing. It was a right farce. But I'm able to drive. I am driving right now. I'm buzzing the fact I can drive. So I've been driving since January. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. What are we in July? I've been driving for 7 months. It's quite scary when I think about how long I have been driving, because it's just like it's just second nature now, isn't it? Like when you first pass this, you get the excitement of, oh my god, I can drive, this is amazing. But once you've driven for a couple of months, it's like you never weren't able to drive. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very happy at the fact I passed. I'm very grateful for the car I've got because my car is it's only a couple of years old, so I'm very grateful for the fact that I've got a very new car. I love it. It is, I don't know if I told you, it is a, I can't remember what litre it is. It is a 1.4, speeding. It's a 1.4, what is it, SRI? I'm completely guessing here. 1.4 SRI white Corsa. 5-door, obviously. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this little drive from me while I tell you about theory test, driving test, my car, all things to do with driving. I'm hoping to be filming a few more videos, hopefully. Keep going with YouTube instead of just giving it like an 8-month break. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Comment down some video ideas because I'm not too sure what to film next. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye, guys.